Good morning to all. I, Sakshi Sharma, Assistant Professor at NIT Pharmacy Institute, welcome you all. Today I am going to teach you about the definition and the basic knowledge of acute, subacute and chronic toxicity. So we shall proceed. First of all, what is toxicity? As we all know that the toxicology, it is generally a classified defined as a study of poison and concerned with the adverse effect of the xenobiotics. Means toxicology, it is a branch in which we have to study about the toxic effect of any of the substances or any of the drugs. And if we talk about the main parameters including in the toxicology screening is very much important for the development of the new drugs. These toxicology, we are using these terms or toxicology screening for the if we are developing any new products or any new drugs which are coming in the market. For any marketed products, these toxicology screening has to be done. Okay, so toxicity tests are mostly used for examine the specific adverse events or the specific endpoints such as cancer, cardiotoxicity or any other irritations or any other diseases. And toxicity testing are mainly helpful or to use to calculate the number of adverse effect. For example, if we are producing any kind of novel drug or any kind of new drugs in the market, first of all we have to done the toxicity studies in that products. Okay, sorry, toxicity testing mainly helps to calculate the number of adverse effects, how many adverse effects are present in that substances or in that novel drugs. And we have to determine in the dose and helpful in the clinical trials. As we all know what are clinical trials, if we are producing any kind of the novel drugs and these are coming into the marketed, first of all the clinical trials and preclinical trials studies has to be done in that specific products. Okay, so these toxicity studies are mainly used in the clinical trial studies in which we have to produce or we have to give the dead drugs to the volunteers. In mainly these are mainly divided into four phase: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4, in which the phase 4, which is known as the super marketed phase, in which the drugs are mainly coming in the marketed. Before coming into the market, the toxicity studies are mainly done for those products, and the studies are normally carried out into two different species. Mainly we are taking the species for the toxicity study. If we are doing any preclinical trials for any kind of the drugs or any kind of novel substances, these studies are mainly taken in the account with the help of two animals, rats and dogs, and usually males and females. Now there are some of the animal toxicity studies. These toxicity studies are mainly subdivided into three main categories: acute toxicity, second one is the subacute toxicity, which is also known as the repeated dose toxicity, third one is the subchronic toxicity, and fourth one is the chronic toxicity, and the fifth one is the special toxicity. Now there will be a time periods for all these studies, in which at which time periods or the time lap for which we have to done for this toxicity study. For example, the acute toxicity studies are mainly done for 14 days. Subacute toxicity, which is known as the repeated dose toxicity, in which we have to repeat the drugs for more than one times. This is known as the subacute toxicity, in which the number of days the studies are going on, it is about 28 days. Third one is the subchronic toxicity, in which the studies are going about 3 months. Chronic toxicity, as we all know the term chronic means the disease which are mainly produces for a longer period of the time. So these studies are mainly takes about 6 months to 12 months. Okay, now the special toxicity studies, in which we have to determine the toxicity of any cancerous drugs, or which is mainly used for determining the carcinogenicity. As we all know what is carcinogenicity. Carcino means the drugs which are mainly helps for treating the cancer diseases. So these comes under the special toxicity. Now first of all we have to study about the what is acute toxicity. Acute, as we all know what is acute is for the shorter period of the time. Okay, so acute toxicity studies in animals, they are mainly usually necessary for any of the pharmaceutical intended for the human use, and the information which is obtained for these studies are mainly useful for choosing the dose, for repeat dose studies, or for providing the preliminary identification of the targeted organ of toxicity, and occasionally revealing for the delayed toxicity. As we study about the acute toxicity, these acute toxicity may also aid in the selection of starting dose. From acute toxicity study, we can determine the starting dose of any of the drugs or any of the novel drugs for phase 1 human. As I have already told you in the clinical trials, that in the clinical trial there are mainly 4 phases. So these acute toxicity studies are mainly useful for determining or for selection of the starting dose for the phase 1, because in phase 1 we are using only 100 to 200 volunteers for our study. So these toxicity study, or the if we come to the acute toxicity study, these acute toxicity studies are mainly used for selection of the starting dose for the human for the phase 1 clinical trials, and they will provide a relevant information and acute overdosing. So because if we are taking the margin of the toxicity study, so if we are taking for example, if we are taking 0.4 concentration of the drug, so we can determine from the acute toxicity, we can determine the starting dose of a drug. Beyond this, we can know that beyond the dose of 0.4, this will be produces some of the toxicity or some of the side effects to the patient. So by acute toxicity study, we can determine the starting dose for any of the drugs. Okay, acute toxicity study is a toxicity which is mainly produced by the pharmaceuticals when it is administered in one or more doses during as per or period, or not exceeding about more than the 24 hours. So now if we come about the some of the symptoms which are mainly related to the acute toxicity study, these are some of the symptoms which are mainly related from the acute toxicity study. For example, if any of the person is mainly comes under the acute toxicity study for a shorter period of the time, they mainly produces some of the epigastric pains can be seen in that patient, or the nausea, vomitings, diarrhea, tenderness, rebound, shock and fevers, and some type of chills can be seen in that patient. Now, how can we design the acute toxicity study? As we have told that what is the time period for the acute toxicity study, how much time we have to take for studying these acute toxicity. So this is a designing of the acute toxicity study, in which the time period for studying the acute toxicity is about the 14-day study will be there, and the study at least we have to take the 2 species. For example, if we I have already told you that the mostly which we are taking the species are the rat and the dog. So these 2 species are mainly used for the acute toxicity study, in which the time period will be 14-day study. This is a 14-day study. Only one rodent, mice or either rat can be taken. Only one non-rodent, usually the rabbit, can be taken in these studies. Dose administered, the dose which are administered in the acute toxicity study, they can be administered either through orally or either through parenterally. Okay. Now the various dose levels to group our sexes, various dose levels are there, and dose selection such that causing the dose. I have told you that the dose selection which are mainly used for acute toxicity study, and the acute toxicity study are mainly used for determining the starting dose of the drug. So we can determine that this is a starting dose of a drug, and beyond this, if we are giving the drug, if we are increasing the concentration of the drug, this may produces the some of the side effects can be seen in that patient. So acute toxicity study can be used for the dose selection such that causing less than 50% death, not but not 0%, more than 50% but not 100% mortality, in which we can determine the ED50 and the LD50. Now, this is a main guidelines which is mainly used for the acute toxicity study. This is the OECD guideline, Organization for the Economic Cooperation and the Development, OECD test. This is a guideline in which we have to study various guidelines, and these are some of the guidelines which are given by the OECD. First one is the fixed dose procedure. OECD, in this fixed dose procedure, this comes under the OECD TG 420. Then the second acute toxic class method, this comes under the OECD TG 423. these are the guidelines which are given by the OECD, Organization for the Economic Cooperation and the Development. Third one is the up and down procedure. This is the OECD TG 425. Then acute dermal we all know, in which there is a skin related novel drug substances are coming in the market. Then we have to study the drugs, or we have to study the toxicity of that drug in the acute dermal toxicity, in which the guideline is OECD TG 402. And the last one OECD guideline is the acute inhalation toxicity. Inhalation, any of the inhalating substances which are coming in the market, such as like any kind of nebulizers or any kind of asthma products which are coming in the market, we have to study the toxicity study in which OECD TG 403. Now, the acute toxicity study, in which there is 6 OECD test guidelines which are giving for the short term repeat toxicity study. First one is the repeated dose 28 days oral toxicity study, which are mainly produces in the rodents. This is TG 407. Second one is the repeated dose 90 days. You have to see that there is a different time period for all the drugs. If we are producing the repeated dose 28, the oral toxicity study in the rodent. Second one is the repeated dose 90 days, that time period is increasing 28, then 90. Oral toxicity study in the rodent, the toxicity, the OECD guidelines for 28 days is TG 407. OECD guideline for the 90 days is the TG 408. The third one is the repeated dose dermal means for the skin toxicity. It is the time period for this is 21 to 28 days study. This is the TG 410. Then subchronic dermal toxicity study, the time period is 90 days study, TG 411. Fifth one is the repeated dose inhalation toxicity study, in which the time period is 28 days or 14 days study. Either it is of 28 days, either it is of 14 days. Okay, this is TG 412. Last one is the subchronic inhalation study, the in which the time study is 90 days study, and TG is 413. Now, we have completed the acute toxicity study. Now, we are coming to the subacute toxicity study. Subacute toxicity studies it is also known as the repeated dose studies or acute or chronic toxicity studies. Okay. Now, the subacute toxicity study, the time period for these studies are 30 to 180 days. 2 mammalian species can be taken for studying these subacute toxicity study. This is a long duration study, about 30 to 180 days in toxicity study. Second is the dose is dependent and or on dose escalating studies, and the third one is a drug administered by clinical route. We can, I have told you that in the acute toxicity study we are administering the drug either through the orally or parenterally, but in subacute toxicity studies the drug can be administered to the patient, or drug can be administered to the volunteers or any other species either by the any of the clinical route, either it will be the oral route, parenteral route, intraperitoneal route. And next one is the parameters which are mainly used for recording the subacute toxicity, in which if we are performing any kind of the subacute toxicity, whether it is dermal toxicity study, whether it is inhalation toxicity study, we have to calculate some of the parameters and the changes which are seen in the species. Now, these are some of the parameters which are given for studying these repeated dose toxicity study. First one is that we have to check the behavior of that species. Second one is the what are the physiological changes which we are seeing in that species. Third one is the what are the biochemical changes which are seen in that species. Fourth one is the microscopic observation. After producing or calculating all the toxicity study, we have to microscopically observations are seen in some of the organ part of that species. Now, the subacute toxicity studies, in which there are 21 to 28 days studies. Subacute dermal this is a dermal toxicity study, which is the time period is 21 to 28 days. It is adopted these dermal toxicity study come into enforce at 12 May 1981, and introductory parameters like some of the solid or liquid test substances can be examined in this subacute dermal toxicity study. Chemical identification of, if we are have to identify some of the chemical nature of any kind of the substance, we can comes under the subacute dermal toxicity studies. Okay. Third one is the purity. If we can check the purity of the test substance through the dermal toxicity study. What are the solubility parameter, whether the drugs are soluble, because as we all know that these dermal toxicity study we have to apply, dermally means the skin, we have to apply it in over the skin, topically we can apply it, so the penetration power should be very much important. So we have to determine the, this is a very important parameter for determining the dermal toxicity study. This is the solubility characteristic, because if we are applying any kind of the lotion in our hand or any other sub lotions which we are applying, so these have to be very much good penetrating power. So we have to determine the solubility characteristic of that drug. So for fifth one is the pH. pH is very much important. So because as we all know that in our body parts there is different pH. Okay. So the pH is a very much important parameter for determining the dermal toxicity study for any kind of the substances. Stability, including stability, the product should be stable, at least the stable for after determining the stability parameters, we can easily determine how much stability can be seen in that product. Okay. So stability, it is a very important parameter in which we have to determine the melting point, boiling point of that drugs. Now what is the main principle of this test products in which the subacute toxicity studies can be taken account? The test substances which are is applied to the skin, because I have told you that this is continuation with the dermal toxicity studies. So the test substances which we are taking, or the any of the novel substances which we are taking for accounting the toxicity study of that drug, so these test substances may have to be applied daily to the skin in a graduated dose to several groups of the experimental animals. For example, if we are taking or if we are producing any kind of toxicity study for the dermal products in any of the species, we have to apply that lotions or apply that drugs to the species of that animals for at least 21 to 28 days, and during the period of the application to the animal, we have to observe the daily effect. What are the physiological effect, what are the behavioral effect, what are the some of the chemical effect which is seen by the animal to the drugs. Okay. Now the animals which die during the test are necroprized. Necroprized means the cell death. If we are taking any drugs and these drugs are toxic to the animal, whether they are producing any kind of the allergic reactions to the animal, because if we are applying the these lotions or any kind of the drugs to the animals, so whether they are producing any kind of allergic reactions to the animals, so this is known as the necroprise. Necroprise means the cell death, and the conclusion of the, and after that we have to conclude whether these drugs have the toxic effect or they can be marketed in the further market. Now the last one is the subacute toxicity. What is the main, first of all we have to describe, or we have to, I will give the description of the test procedures in which how much animals we have to taken for the studying these subacute toxicity study. The selection of the species, whether we can take the rat, rabbit or the guinea pig for these studies. The weight of the rat should be 200 to 300 gram, rabbits 2 to 3 kg the weight of the animal. Then the guinea pig is about, the weight is 350 to 450 gram. Number and sexes, at least 10 animals, 5 males and 5 females, because as we all know, if we are going through any kind of the experimental study, we have to divide the animal into two groups. First one is the test group, second one is the control group. So we have to taken at least 10 animals in which 5 females and 5 males should be there, and as we all know that for any study the animal should be healthy. The animal which we are taking for the study, they should be healthy. Okay. And the skin, healthy skin should be used for each of the doses. Housing and feeding should be progressively taken, like animals should be caged individually. Okay, the temperature which are giving for the animals or for the feeding, like 22 degrees Celsius for the rodents and 20 degrees Celsius for the rabbits. Okay, then the relative humidity is about 30 to 70%, the relative RH will be 30 to 70. Okay, now the 12 hours after, if we are taking the animal for the experimentation, before taking the experimentation, for overnight fasting should be there. Then 12 hours light or 12-hour dark, according to the circadian rhythm of the animal. There is 24 hours circadian rhythm, 24 hour cycle, in which 12 hours they should be kept in the dark place and 12 hours they should be kept in the light places, the animals. Okay, now the feeding, the feeding which are given to the animals are the conventional laboratory diets or unlimited supply of the drinking waters are giving to the animals. Now the test condition is the dose level. At least 3 doses levels can be given to the animal. First one is the control, where appropriate vehicles can be given. For I have told you that if we are studying any kind of the experimentation, the animals are mainly divided into two parts. First one is the test drug, second one is the control drug. First one, the test drug, in which we are giving the test. The second one is the control group, in which we are not giving any kind of the test substances to the animal, we are only giving the saline substance, saline or the water. Okay, now the except for the treatment with the test substances, animals in the control group should be handled in an identical manner to the test group subject. The highest dose level should result in a toxic effect but not produce an incidence of the fatalities which would prevent in the meaningful evaluation. And the lowest dose level should not produce, the lowest dose which we are taking for the subacute toxicity study, they will not produce any evidence for the toxicity. And if application of the test drug or the test substances produces any kind of the skin irritation, the concentration, because I have told you that we have to determine the dose or the starting dose of the drugs. If at the 0.4 concentration the drug is producing the any kind of the skin irritation to the animal, then we will reduce the concentration of the dose, then we will taken that 0.2 mg per ml to the concentration of the drugs, because at 0.4 they will produces the skin irritation to the animal. Now the procedure is, the animals which are taking for the experimentation, the animals are treated with the test groups, because one group is the test group, second one is the control group. Ideally for at least 6 hours per day or the 7 day per week basis for a period of at least 21 to 28 days. That time period will be 21 to 28 days for the subacute toxicity study. Application on a 5 days per week basis is considered to be acceptable, and the animal is in a satellite group schedule for follow up observation. We have to follow the observation of the animals at least on the daily basis. We have to observe the animals, what kind of changes are seen on the animals. Okay, for a further about 14 days without treatment to detect, and we have to check the recovery period of the animals and the toxic effect which are seen. Observation, these are some of the observation. A careful clinical examination should be made at least each day. Additional observation should be made daily. Appropriate actions can be taken to minimize the dose. Either we can minimize the dose, okay, or either we can give any kind of the substitution to the animals, so that they will not produces any kind of the toxic effect to the animals, or they will not produces any kind of the allergic reactions to the skin of that animals. So some of the clinical observation which we are seeing is the hematological parameters, in which heme means the blood. Okay, so we are taking the blood of the animals, then we are we will detect some of the blood parameters from that animals. Clinical biochemistry determination, gross necropsy, okay, in which the skin part can be taken, and we have to see whether there is any kind of the cell death to the animals. Okay, histopathology can be done. Now this is a second one is a repeated dose studies. The rodents or the non-rodents are used for the studies, and the subchronic toxicity dose, expected therapeutic levels to increasing the dose, and the Test substances either administered through the orally, 90 days should be the period. At the end the experimentation the animals are sacrificed, gross pathological changes are observed in that species. Okay, some of the histopathology parameters can be seen. These subacute toxicity or the repeated dose toxicity are mainly used for determining the maximum tolerable dose and nature of the toxicity. There is the high dose and the low dose. The high dose, they will produces the maximum retardation of the growth, and the low dose about twice the expected maximum clinical dose. Third dose is the medium dose, which is fixed midway between the, it is between the high dose and the low dose. Chronic toxicity, for the long term toxicity study, for determining the long term, these chronic toxicity are mainly used. So I hope you all can easily determine the acute, subacute and the chronic toxicity. Thank you so much.